Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Jamie Warshawski, and today is very special because it is our last episode of Season 1. But don't worry, we will be back in Season 2. So in the comments and on social media, a lot of you have been asking for me to do an episode on one of my favorite types of food, and I know it's one of your favorites to eat and maybe make, but if you don't like making it, hopefully we'll change that today. So that's why today we're going to be focusing on sushi, and it's all coming up in the season finale of HAX. To make sushi, you're going to need a few basic ingredients to start off with. The first thing, obviously, you can't have sushi without rice. So we're going to use this short grain or sushi rice. Now, what you don't want to get is long grain rice because that won't cook very well. Now, contrary to popular beliefs, sushi does not actually mean a dish with raw fish. It actually refers to the seasoning of rice with vinegar, which is why we're going to use this rice vinegar to season our rice and give it this nice sticky consistency that everyone loves in sushi. Now we're also going to need our wrap, which is why I'm using this sushi nori. You can also use soy paper or thinly sliced cucumber like in the restaurants, but I'm just going to go simple and use the classic seaweed. Alright, let's get started making our rice because that is the ingredient that is going to go in all of our dishes and it's key to the essential sushi. First thing you need to do is take a cup of your sushi rice and put it into a strainer. Then what you're going to do is just strain it under the tap until the water underneath runs clear. Once that's done, you can put it into a large pot. Add to the pot 1 1/4 cup of water. Then bring that to a boil uncovered. Once it's boiling, cover the pot, reduce to a simmer, and let sit for 15 minutes. Once that's been sitting for 15 minutes, you're going to remove the cover and add a 1/2 cup of the rice vinegar. Then you're going to give that a stir, turn off the heat, and cover for another 10 minutes. Once that's been sitting, you can transfer it to a bowl and it's ready to use. So now that we've got our rice, it's all cooked and it's ready to go, we're gonna make our first complete dish. We're gonna be making one of my favorite sushi rolls to make. It's a classic spicy tuna roll. And it's really simple. The first thing we need to do is make our spicy tuna mixture, and it's probably a lot easier than you think. I'm gonna show you how to make it right now. So you're gonna need to pick up some tuna from the store and make sure it is sushi grade. You can ask the person at the counter. Now basically what that means is just that it's good to eat raw. So you're gonna take your tuna and slice it up into tiny little cubes. So go down across the grain and then into little strips and then just in the cubes. And it should be really easy, and you wanna make sure to do long strokes and not choppy back and forth. That'll make sure your cuts are really smooth. Then you're gonna put all of your cubes into a little bowl. Then you're gonna take some sriracha sauce and just put a little bit onto the tuna. Now you just kinda gotta eyeball it. If you like it spicier, you can use a little bit more. If you don't like it as spicy, use a little bit less. Just kinda do how it feels right. Then also to the bowl, you're gonna add a little bit of mayo. Just eyeball this too. And then if you really wanna give it a nice little kick and a nice little kind of twist flavor, you can add a little bit of chili oil or sesame oil to give it like a good hearty, earthy flavor. Now, the fun part. It's time to assemble the roll. Here we go. So you're gonna need one of these bamboo rolling mats. You can get this at most of the international aisles at your grocery store. And then here's a few things you're gonna need on standby. What I like to use is a lot of plastic wrap, just like this. I go through so much when I'm making sushi because I end up using sheet after sheet trying to form the roll. So that's something that you definitely want to have on standby. Then when working with sushi rice, you also want to have a bowl of water always nearby to keep your hands from getting really sticky. And then you're also just going to want a towel to clean your knife, clean your hands, because when sushi is it's really necessary to be really precise, so you want everything clean. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is lay down on the counter your bamboo rolling mat, and then we're going to put down plastic wrap, a sheet of plastic wrap just on top of that, and then a full sheet of our seaweed or our nori right on there. And what you want to do is take the rough side of nori, there's a rough side and a shiny side, and put the rough side up. Then about 2/3 to half of the sheet, you're gonna lay down your sushi rice which we made earlier. And then you don't want to press it down too much, leave it kind of fluffy, about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick. high. So once that's all down, you're gonna actually flip the entire thing over to make an inside out roll because the rice is gonna be on the outside. If you don't wanna do this, if it seems too ambitious, you can leave it alone and your seaweed will just be on the outside. So when that's ready, you're just gonna lay in all of your fix-ins. So I'm using the spicy tuna mixture and some avocado and a little bit of some spicy sauce, which is just the spicy tuna without the tuna. And so then once that's all down and you have the, it's all like kind of in a line, then we're just basically gonna roll it. So you're gonna roll it tight with the sheet and then kind of keep rolling, just like you see in the video. It's kind of hard to describe, but roll, press, and then remove the plastic wrap, remove the bamboo, roll a little more, press until it's all firm, and then basically you're gonna press with your fingers to make it in kind of like a long cubular kind of shape. So once that's all good, then you can move it to a cutting board or some surface that can have a knife on it. So once you have it on your cutting board or any surface, then you're gonna actually put plastic wrap on it again, just on the top, and then your bamboo rolling mat, and you're basically gonna put it over and just press down and inwards. So there's nothing under it and you're just pressing and using the cutting board as the bottom. So then once you have that, you're gonna remove the plastic wrap once again and you can throw that away. Like I said, we're gonna be using a lot of plastic wrap. And so once you have that, you're going to take your fish. I'm putting stuff on top, so you're gonna take your fish and avocado slices and you can just put them on top like I'm doing in the video right here. And so once you have that, more plastic wrap on top, and then the bamboo again, and just a lot of repetitive stuff, just pressing inward and downward again, using the cutting board as your bottom. And then you can remove the top, just the bamboo, and then you leave the plastic wrap on, so you can slice it without all the stuff going out everywhere. So you're gonna slice it first in half, and then if you're doing 8 slices, you're gonna go in half again. But if you're doing 6, then you're gonna do thirds. So it goes half, then double up, and then you go half again, or in thirds, and then if you're doing 8, then half again. So, you know, kind of eyeball it, see what looks good. If you really want to be fancy, you can use a ruler, but I don't. So then once you have that, just gonna plate it, maybe top it with some spicy sauce, you know, kind of plate it artistically, do whatever feels right. I put a little sriracha on mine, so yeah, it's really fun. Let's make our hand roll now. So for this, we're gonna use a half sheet of nori instead of a full one. And you're gonna lay it hamburger style to you, so not in portrait, but in horizontal. And then you're gonna put rice on the left or the right half. If you're right-handed, it's probably better to do it on the left side. So pretty much in a square, because the nori is gonna be rectangle, and put the rice in a square on one side. And then you're gonna put your fix-ins on top of that in a diagonal kind of way. So from the bottom left corner to the top right corner. You're gonna put like your fish, your spicy tuna, your avocado, whatever you're using. You can really use anything, protein, vegetables, you know. I'm basically doing the same stuff that I put in the other roll, just in this one now. So then you're basically gonna fold the roll over from the portion of the rice from the top left to the bottom right. So just like you're making a triangle with the square. And then you're just gonna keep rolling across until you have sort of like a hand roll, like you see here. And then you're gonna take a little bit of your sushi rice and just use it as like a glue on the edge of the nori so that it sticks together. That's a little hack that I have for that. So then once you have that, you can serve that up with just plate it artistically, you know, do whatever you want with it. Have fun. And now it's time for everyone's favorite segment on hacks. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Sushi Dessert. Hey everyone, and welcome to Sushi Dessert. So today we are making a chocolate banana coconut sushi per se. So all I did was I took a few bananas and I peeled them, so it's just the core banana, no skin, and I put them in the freezer, and they've been in there for a few hours now. All you need to do is 1 to 2 hours in the freezer so then I get nice, stiff, and hard and frozen. So then you're gonna take those out, and it's time to make our sushi. So the first thing you're going to need to do is melt your chocolate. If you want to see details on how to do that, you can check out episode 4 of Hacks entitled Who Doesn't Love Chocolate, because it's true. So once your chocolate is all done and melted, then you're going to take your bananas and basically dip the chocolate in the bananas, drizzle it on, you know, just pretty much cover it however you would do that. Then while the chocolate is still wet, you're gonna put some coconut shavings from you can get these at the store pretty much anywhere. And you're just gonna cover it with coconut shavings. If you don't like coconut, you can leave them off. You could do nuts or however you like, but I'm gonna do coconut shavings on mine. So when you have all those and they're all sticky, you're gonna put that back in the fridge until it's hardened and the chocolate's hardened, and then you can slice it up just like you would the sushi roll that we made earlier. And be careful so the chocolate doesn't crack, but once that's all sliced up, plate it nice, or you can just eat it right there. And this concludes today's episode of Sushi Dessert. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this season finale sushi episode of HAX. I had a blast making all of these episodes and I hope you had fun too. And if you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Oh, and keep using the hashtag HAXCooking to stay current on all the latest news, and follow my accounts on Twitter and Instagram at @the_chef_Jimmy. And well, that's all for this season. So until next time, I'm Jimmy Warshawski. Reprise the theme song and roll the end credits. And we'll see you then on HAX.